Doblink is your Blink. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are doing well. Because I'm having a wonderful day on this 29th January 2025. I'm so lucky because I thought I was sick this morning. I'm a little bit sick. We have this little bit of a cold. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. We're good. So I checked my list of videos that I have today. And we have a lot of subjects that are super cool. So even though I'm a bit sick, I'm really happy. I'm really happy because the list is amazing today. Now, who gave me the list? The Illuminati, right? Now, not you're saying, oh, Illuminati confirmed. No, no, no. It's a different group. It's a different group. It's a. I had a paper. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I had a paper. Good. The box of the today's meal. We keep the box even though it's empty because I want to show you a visual support. So, my actual boss, it's not the Illuminati, it is the. You're gonna see my writing. You guys, I don't think you've ever seen my writing. My boss is the. I'm a bit of what they commonly call a whore. Yes, yes, daddy pimp. Yes, yes, yes. I'm working daddy pimp. Yes, I will bring you money, daddy pimp. Yes, daddy pimp. I'm kind of a whore. So, second video of the day, we have a. This joke was way funnier in my head. I hope that some of you guys know it's a joke, but some people definitely will think I'm a whore. Can't beat them all. If the worst allegation that are against me is that I'm a whore, I'll be able to drink my coffee in peace. Today we have three videos that are super interested. In one of them, in the second one, which is the importance of words. A fun thing about me, right, is the importance of word and how you understand and how you express yourself. Is to me, it's possibly one of the most important part, right? You know that I got charisma, I guess. You know that I'm a good talker, I'm a good seller. You know that I'm obsessed with perspective, right? How you see things versus how things really are, right? I know that this is a premium protein, but I know this is empty. My perception, this is garbage. This is not premium protein. This is garbage, right? It's this exact same thing. We're missing a component which changed the thing, right? Perception, but the intention, right? It doesn't matter what you say, doesn't matter what you do, but but you're gonna. I'm sorry, this is disgusting. I know, but I'm sick. Right? I could spend the whole fucking box in one day. Problem is, if I don't have a box tomorrow, this is my last box. I didn't know I was gonna get sick, so I'm gonna have to go out, and outside is cold. So fuck it. I'm gonna have to make this last. So the word that you use versus the way you're being understood, it's weird because I'm gonna be able to use one word, and people are gonna have two misunderstanding, two understanding. One's a good one, one's a misunderstanding, right? What actually comes into it is the way that I express myself. This is actually super important. I express myself in a good fashion because I express myself in a good fashion, and people are able to understand me. I'm very clear in what I'm saying. People are able to understand me. That's kind of nuts because you realize that people. I spent a large majority of my life not feeling understood, and I never thought about maybe you're not expressing yourself. Now, the power of word, the power of communication is really quite important to me because, as you guys know, I talk really fast. I talk fast. A lot of people will have a really hard time understanding me because I talk really fast, right? And then you realize that it doesn't matter what you say. If you're talking too fast, it doesn't make sense, right? So then you make the effort to talk slowly. And then you realize that it's not natural for you. It doesn't feel natural. So even when you talk, you feel weird about it because it's like when I lie to someone. When I lie to someone, I know I'm lying, right? I know I'm lying. And sometimes that knowledge of lying is enough to make me feel guilty, right? That knowledge I speak fast and I'm talking slower, the knowledge I'm making the effort to talk slower makes it feel not genuine. Not because it's not genuine, but because you're like, holy shit, dude, this is not good. This is not good at all. Why did I get why did I get two times that was almost perfect? Why did I get two times that was almost perfect? I don't understand. I got two times that was perfect and The first time it works well. Now it's something is going on. I have no clue what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. But I'm gonna get a 2-star evolution Saria. So that I'm super happy about that. Arclight, if you didn't know. So yeah, so it doesn't feel genuine, and because it doesn't feel genuine, it's hard to have a conversation with you guys because you're like, ugh, I don't like this conversation. I don't like the way I sound. I don't like being disingenuous with people. I don't like it. Nazrovia. And then there's a way you talk about things, right? I was crying last week. I was crying because I felt like I felt like I was treating people that I love like shit. I treated a friend like shit. I treated an ex like shit. Another platform X. I'll never call it X. It's always gonna be Twitter. I'm sorry. Because I treated my parents like shit. Yeah. And friends, right? But at the same time, all I did was say a couple of things, right? So a word, and that's the beauty of things. I'm gonna say fuck you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, the person watching this, I'm gonna tell you fuck you, right? I'm just gonna finish the video here. Or after that, I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, fuck you, 2 word. I'm sorry, 2 words, right? I love you. I hate you. You wanna know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I got this at the age of 20. IBAH. 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 Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? I'm better. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeless. And broken. Right? The same 4 letter, the same beginning letter of everywhere. Just a different word. And different way are we doing. So I'm better and hopeful, positive. I'm broken and hopeless, negative. IBAH, IBAH. Or another one. Right? I know what you're saying. This is upside down ink. Where you see a garden of roses, I see a field of thorn. Also, that's also a perception. A lot of people will focus on the positive. A lot of people will focus on the negative, right? It's the way you say things, the way you perceive. And it's not because some words are very oh, I'm checking if Spark Life is good. It's tough. It's it's hard because oops, be careful, Link. Be careful. Oh, a lie. It's not because I like giving an example a lot. Yesterday we went to get the phone fixed because the guy, when he fixed it, he didn't put it back correctly. Now because he didn't put it back correctly, the glue is sticking out, and that's bad for the phone. That's really bad. I showed you the example yesterday, and this is the guy said, and he asked me because of course he had a guarantee for me, but it's a relationship of trust. And that guy, that phone repair guy, I really like him. I really like him. He's a good dude. He's good and honest. The first time he made me pay before, he said, "Look, this is a lot of cash. I don't know you, so there's good times like, you know what? I know you. I trust you. You don't need to pay me before." Right? And I was like, okay. He even introduced me to Quran, right? And it wasn't introducing me to, oh, I'm gonna revert you. I'm gonna convert you. Just more so because he believes in that, right? So he's very religious. And yesterday, he saw my phone and said, "You promised that you didn't do something to make it that way." And my first thought was, and I swear to God, this is true. See, I even did it right now. I did like this, and I swear to God. And I meant that. Trust me, dude, trust me. But for a very religious person, this is kind of blasphemous. Like, don't use God like that, dude. You know. And it's weird. You know what's weird? If you want to play with words, right? Think about 2 things. I swear on my mom's head, on my father's head, versus I swear to God. If you swear on your mom's head or your father's head, people look at you like, oh, that's fucked up, right? But if you swear to God, that's not fucked up. How does that work? How does that work? I have no clue. But the words you use are actually important. I'm gonna give you a last example before we continue. With my father, last week. So we're talking, right? And we're arguing because he didn't think that I was being sorry. My father wants me to be a factual worker, right? A very factual. My father was a very factual person. He doesn't even believe in emotion. He believes in facts, right? Very rigid person. So we fight because he thinks I'm a bit too much of an artist versus a worker, right? Doesn't actually grasp. Maybe, just maybe, right? It's so hard to put in. He doesn't really see artists as being hard work, right? And that's okay. I'm not gonna force him. Wish he did. I really wish he did, but it's okay. I'm not gonna, you know. And we had an argument, and then he kicked me out. He said, "Go, leave this house," right? And yesterday we were talking, right? And he texted me, "Hey, come and grab a coffee." And I'm like, and I told him the story yesterday. And I told him that before I come back, it's gonna be a while. Not because I don't want to come to him, not because I don't want to see him, because you kick me out. What am I gonna say? Oh, no problem, I'll come tomorrow? No. You kick me out, there's gonna be consequences. The consequences is you only have one son. If you want him to come over, you have to treat him nicely when he comes over. If you don't treat him nicely, he's not gonna come over. You don't have a daughter, you don't have another son to say, you know what? Maybe he's mad I have other kids, right? And yesterday he said, "I'm sorry. I was working hard, right?" But it's not because this is the power of words. The number of time I said that to my father, the number of time I told him, "Dad," he said, "Oh, come over. You want to have supper with us?" And of course, I'm obsessed with making content. So my answer is no, Dad. I'm not gonna come over. I have work. And he's like, "Hey, priorities, right? Priorities, priorities, priorities." When it's me that's working, it's not priority. When it's you that's working, it's priorities. You see? No, it's not necessarily a big deal. It's not a it's not a big deal in itself, right? Because it's only a situation. But the words you use are tough. Is this a bit too dark, huh? Okay, give me a sec. Guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something that's actually fun. We're gonna go back and we're gonna be transferring. We're gonna be changing one of the party member already. So the party member that we're gonna change his logos for Reed. I think Reed is a bit stronger, right? But the best thing about Reed is she's a healer too, right? So there you go. So now we're gonna be switching to Tokyo Ghoul, and I'll be right back. Yeah, this is a bit too dark. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to restart. Not the video is still good. You guys like that? You guys think it's cool? You know the craziest part? It is 8 o'clock in the morning, right? At 8 o'clock yesterday, we had a perfect sunrise, but today it's snowing hard. So, yeah. It'll be long, guys. I'm sorry. Don't blink. It's your boy. Welcome back to the video. Welcome back to the show. We're doing well because I'm having a wonderful day. We're back with some Tokyo Ghoul. Thank God we did the dailies because we just hit 7:56. So now what we're gonna have is we're gonna have the wonderful dailies up, right? So you're gonna be seeing me do the same thing as we do usually. So we're gonna be combat, right? We're gonna be doing the child speed, which we started yesterday. You're gonna hear me talk, and that's gonna be a fun time. So yeah. So without further ado, let's continue. Funny how Izumi is stronger. Oh, I really like Uta. Uta was the first character that was like, holy shit, I don't like you, but I did like you. Okay, go. Break the chain. Don't you go break the chain, baby. So the words you're using are so freaking important. And they convey the expression. They convey the... See, we have a fucking... I don't usually use a fucking... I hate using each case. I hate it. Right? It's a fucking... Unfortunately, I have it, but still... Okay, so now you were working before, but now you're not working. What's up with that? Just stay there, dude. Just stay there, dude. Good. Okay, perfect. I'm sorry about that. I had this best friend, right? And his name is Dennis. or Janice. You see, I never hear them say the word, so. And you say, yeah, you're saying it good, but maybe it's like, oh, this guy. I try to tell him how to say it multiple times, but nah, you know. And it's. Oh, I think we lost Sam. Yeah, I think we lost Sam. Yeah. Rock of Love, season 1. See, it's this summer. I was working. I was obsessed with work. I was losing sleep. You know, when I had a burnout, I was working way too much, way too much, right? I was filming over 25 videos a day, every single day. Wasn't sleeping. Was uploading. Was taking care of the comments. Was taking care of the YouTube, the TikTok, right? And it was hard. It was really hard. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying how it is, right? And everybody says, dude, you're uploading too much, right? But not a single person said you're filming too much. Well, that's not true. Janet said that. You're filming too much, right? Now, posting too much and filming too much is the same thing. I cannot post a video that I thought I didn't film, and I'm not gonna film if I don't post, right? It's a cycle. I have a video that I'm filming, and the object of uploading, I'm uploading a video that I already done. It's like, okay, it makes a lot of sense, right? But people don't understand that, and then you realize where they're coming from. I'm possibly uploading too much because I feel too much. The problem that I'm uploading too much is get more notification, right? And it's sucks. It sucks because fuck, dude, a big fuck. Because I'm in your. I have such a hard time expressing myself. Mostly because we're focused on Rock of Love, of course. But the true reason is. Oh, oh my god, I'm not gonna talk about this. I promise myself I wasn't gonna talk about this. Fucking. Fuck. It has nothing to do with the video, by the way, this is a side notes. Me making these many videos, these being this focused with work, is because it's the only thing that I had. It's the only thing that I fucking had, right? I was obsessed with it. But I was obsessed with it because I don't have a real life. When it comes to real life, I have nothing. Do I have other friends? I have 2 friends that are really good friends. Out of those 2 friends, well, no. Out of those 2 friends, I possibly have another friend that I met in real life. So I got in real life, I have 3 friends that I'm talking to that I saw in real life. The rest are all online. And then online, I have a lot of you guys, and I'm super happy to have all of you guys. But this is why I was obsessed, right? But it took me some time to realize not every single person that you meet online is going to be a good person. They might be friendly, but they're expecting something. So, for example, yesterday, I'm not going to say who. Yesterday we had a comment, and if you can check on YouTube, you'll find the person. And that person wrote me and said, "Hey, remember me?" And the funny thing is, that person was completely using me for views. Using me for views, to a degree where it's not even funny, right? And at first, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. Then I realized that I'm like, oh, you piece of shit. You piece of shit. You're using me, right? And, I mean, the person is younger, so it's normal. But still. And this person says, yesterday, it's like, you remember me? And I want to tell you, yeah, I remember you trying to use me. But then, a part of me says, you know what? What's that going to bring you? Is that going to bring you something? Is that going to make you happier? Is that going to make you feel better about yourself? It's a fucking. He's a young kid. I think he's 16. But even then, we're talking about the importance of word. We're talking about the difference between a word and another word. When I was 16, my reality was a lot different than people nowadays 16. When I was 16, want to know something? The only social media that was out there was Facebook and YouTube. Maybe Vine, and maybe Snapchat too. Wasn't the same thing, right? It's a different reality. It's a different reality. But then you realize it's a different generation. That makes sense, That guy is 16, I'm 22. Could be his father. I would have had him really young, but it could have been his father, right? It would be hard to believe. So what should you do in this case? So I use a real word and say, hey, I do remember you. Because there's no point in that, right? And I have to be the one that's mature enough to say, no, you're not going to be in my life anymore, right? It's not because you hurt me, but it's because I'm not going to put myself through a situation that is hurtful at the same time. It doesn't matter. So, word-wise, the word you're using are so important. I was talking about how people, like, oh, you're uploading too much. So when I'm in your spam, when I'm spamming you with notification is too much, you don't care about how much I'm working. You don't care the fact that I'm missing sleep. And then the idea behind it, which is really important, is you don't care that I don't sleep, but you don't have to care that you don't sleep. Because me not sleeping is my choice, right? So you shouldn't be like that. And ultimately speaking, I think we're all guilty of choosing to have fun or to do something instead of sleeping. We're all guilty of that, right? I did it for a long period of time, right? Ended up burning out, but it took me some time. It took me some time to break down, And the words are so important, and the expression that you use, and it's so important in the line of work I am in. I wanted to do the joke with the Illuminati and Illuminati, right? Because I thought it was funny. It's only a play on words, right? It's only a play on words. And words are phenomenal because you can play with them. It's funny. I was dating this girl, right, about 2 weeks, not last week, and I was dating this girl, and the funny part is, the way she was talking, right? She was almost way. It was nice to have somebody that's this smart. Like, holy shit, dude, this girl is smart, bro. But at the same time, you're like, ugh. You know what? It sucks. It really does suck. But maybe, just maybe, it's my fault for not expressing myself correctly, right? And maybe if I did express myself better, maybe I would be more understood, And the girl being able to have this conversation with me, it's like, holy shit, this is another level, right? But I wasn't happy in this relationship. I wasn't happy. It was kind of toxic. And ultimately, I'm a toxic person, right? I'm not the most toxic person there is, but I'm a toxic person. So that, like, fuck you, you're toxic, I'm gonna go. Like, yeah, I'm fucked up too, right? But then you realize that communication was great. Communication, I never had that. That good. And it's an interesting talk, I have I had a dozen of girls romantically involved, and it was always, what are you doing? Hey, what you up to? Because they have nothing to say, but they want to talk. That's annoying. But he says that if that's your capacity to talk, if that's your capacity to express yourself, what am I to say, oh, it's not enough, right? I don't have a fucking clue. What I do know is that video is finished. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the... You see, this is actually... And I swear to God, it's not planned. I swear to God. It's a bit planned, but not too much. See how confusing this video was? Right? See how much of a ranting or rambling this was? How we went from point A, point B, point C, point D, point E, point F. Some people say, yeah, he has ADHD. That's communication. That's the word. And I know I said this in a very recent video. I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Right? And words are phenomenal. Your vocal cord are shaking. And because they're shaking, they're producing some noise. Now, the other person, they're it's actually beautiful when you think about it. It's actually mesmerizing. Possibly one of the most interesting, if not the most interesting in mankind history. The person you're talking to, the drums are going to be shaking, and because they're shaking, they're able to understand what you're trying to say. So your brain tells you to produce certain shaking of the vocal cord, right? Because there's certain shaking in the vocal cord, the person will hear a shaking in their eardrums, right? A little drumming. And your brain is able to realize that, okay, that this means this thing. These particular vibration transform into that word, and that word means something, right? Now, even if you look at people who are deaf, right? You have a what should we call it? You have this vocal cord, right? Right, and even then, like, how does your brain tells you to vocal cord? The way you put your mouth, the way I speak, A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. So because your mouth is moving, the sound is produced is different, right? If I'm gonna take my hand like this, my hand, right? I'm gonna put it like that, and I'm gonna talk to you. You see, it's very different. I'm gonna take my hand, the same hand. I'm gonna be talking like this. It's very, very different. You have a hard time hearing me. If I take my hand and I put it like this, now I actually have a better voice, right? So your voice, your lips are like that. So even for a deaf person, and that's the crazy thing, you're seeing the lips move, and you know that this way of moving lips are going to be the way of this is going to be the way of I understand what you mean, right? But with them it's actually crazy, because with deaf people it's actually crazy because you're like, holy shit, dude, I was taught that this moving of the lips is like that. And even then, this is going to sound fucked up, this is going to sound super fucked up, but oh my god. Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm going to talk about this, but this is the perfect video to talk about it. I was jealous of. I was jealous as a kid. Not as a kid. Maybe 22, 23 years old. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with learning. And this is. I swear to God, this is true. This is one of the craziest things in my life. Craziest thing. At 22, 23, I was obsessed with learning sign language. Obsessed. Because I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool, right? That's the reason I'm giving you. But right here, right now, I'm gonna tell you this is fucking bullshit. It is not true, okay? So, and again, I'm not trying to offend everybody. If you're deaf and I'm offending you, I'm sorry. Okay, this is not the goal. I am sorry. So, the people that invented sign language, right? They're deaf people. Because deaf people will be able to produce sound with their mouth. They'll be able to read your lips, right? The reason they use sign language is to communicate, because they don't have vocal training. They'll never have vocal training, so they're very self-conscious about the way they talk. They're very self-conscious about the way they sound. You know. It's a shame. It's a shame, because you feel bad for those people, right? You feel bad because they didn't choose that way, right? It's weird. I think the worst thing is being mute, because you're fully able to express yourself. You're fully able to see the world, to hear the world, right? It's weird because this is the three monkeys. This is the three monkeys. The first monkey, Shlack, Shlack, and Shlack. This is the three monkeys, and you have to choose. And possibly the worst is this one, right? But it's really sucked, because if I'm being completely honest, fuck, this is making me emotional. This is really making me emotional. It's not because Rucka loves to play on the top and it's a good show. This is making me emotional because that was me. I was that kid. I was speaking so fast. I was being told to repeat so often. What did you say? Can you repeat? What did you say? Can you repeat? To a point where I would go fucking crazy. I would choose not to talk. I always choose not to talk. And then you realize that the obsession with learning sign language was to express myself. Yeah. Just different words, right? Anyway, this is a long video. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Peace.